Tuesday, April the 30th, Fulton County DA Fani Willis just got destroyed in a debate. And guess what, guys? The worst part is that she wasn't even there. I mean, the district attorney chose to be in Miami where she was partying in what was called a cocktails and conversations event, something like that, right? Now, you would think that a public official who says that she's all about the people would actually show up for the people, right? But no. She actually thought it was best to go to Florida and rub elbows at, with other party goers and other elites in this Miami, Florida party, shindig, social gathering, whatever you want to call it these days, right? Anyway, so which doesn't really put Fani Willis in the best light, although it's doing wonders for her Democratic challenger. So her Democratic challenger is Christian Y. Smith. Now, he is a Democrat who's running for Fani Willis's spot. Now, he's already proved his resolve by showing up to a debate, even though he had nobody to talk to on stage. So what's really amazing here is that the moderator for the debate literally said that Fani Willis will be represented by an empty podium. Can you believe this, guys? Now, before I really get into this, all I ask is that you take 1 second, hit the like button for the video. I really appreciate you guys. I see a lot of you guys already getting in the live. We got John Lighton, we got Catalia in the house, we got Guadalupe Rubino, Patrick Hartman, Brian Lee, Michelle Skeggs. What's going on, everyone? Okay, so let's get going. Oh, and I just want to thank you guys for always sharing these videos on Facebook and Twitter. You guys are the best. All right, Fani Willis was replaced by an empty podium. Now, critics of the district attorney, they have already commented that the empty podium was a better option than the real Fani Willis. Can you believe that? An empty podium is better than Fani Willis. What would y'all rather prefer, an empty podium or Fani Willis? So what is also surprising here is not only did Christian Y. Smith go up against an empty podium, but it was him who had to answer for Willis because her office didn't even send anyone to represent her in her absence. But take a listen to this here.
Willis County and the country.
That concludes the first round. In the second round, the candidates asked questions of each other. Since Fani Willis declined to participate, Christian Y. Smith, you may pose a question to the empty podium. You also have 30 seconds to provide a rebuttal to how you feel your opponent would have responded.
Hey, Ms. Willis, how you doing? My question for you is, where are you? I'm here because I care about the citizens and the families of Fulton County, but it's my understanding that, you may have attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner, you may be fundraising across the country, but what about us here in Fulton County? What are you doing to address the issues in the jail? What are you doing to address the backlog? Where are you, Ms. Willis? That's what we want to know.
Do you have a rebuttal?
Well, I can't speak for Ms. Willis, as she's not here. And I think that her absence is...
Christian Y. Smith made it a point to continue to kind of jab that knife in and kind of like twist it a little bit to just kind of re-emphasize the fact that Fani Willis is not here.
All the response that we need.
All right. That concludes our second round. You are watching the debate for Fulton County District Attorney. Fani Willis declined to participate and is represented by an empty podium.
What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment, right? I mean, like everyone, they have professionally called her out and just pretty much the laughing stock here. What's going on, Keenan Ripon? We got a lot of folks coming in the live. Hit me up in the chat. Everyone just say hello. Hope everyone's off of work by now. I know it's been a long one, but I got more news for you guys. So as a public official, there is nothing more important than your presence, right? And it shows that you're making time for the people and what the people actually care about, right? And so it's also why there's so many critics that are calling Fani Willis out because she chose to be pretty much anywhere else but this debate. And so this pretty much shows the people of Fulton County that, she may not be there when she's needed. I mean, this is not a good representation in terms of, how dependable you will be for the constituents. I mean, at least that's the way I take it. Everyone can make up their own minds on that. This is just my own personal opinion. But what's also really kind of funny here is that the moderator who is supposed to be like a neutral party, she repeatedly called out Fani Willis for skipping out on their event and essentially called her empty podium multiple times. Just kept calling it out, just adding insult to injury, as they say. So the debate would continue with questions solely being asked to Christian Y. Smith because, he wasn't going to spend his entire time, answering for an empty podium, right? But he also asked about Donald Trump's case and if he would take it up if he wins as the DA of Fulton County, because his goal is to replace Fani Willis. Whether she gets disqualified or not, his goal, Christian Y. Smith, as well as the Republican candidate for the DA position of Fulton County, both of their goals is to replace Fani Willis. Now, Christian Y. Smith has said that it's an important case, but that she had to go about doing things differently. Now, I think that's another snap. He took another shot at Willis for her inappropriate relationship with former lead prosecutor Nathan Wade. Christian Y. Smith also said that Fani Willis was paying one of her attorneys almost $1 million. Can you get this? Can you believe this, guys? Christian Y. Smith said that Fani Willis was paying one of her attorneys almost $1 million to handle one case. And he says he believes it's unacceptable because it hurts Fulton County. What do you guys think? Should one attorney have been paid $1 million for this one case? I mean, y'all let me know in the comments down below if you support the idea, if you disagree with the amount, or what. Anyway, so this isn't what taxpayers are paying for, right? Or at least this isn't what they signed up for. And Nathan Wade, as you guys may remember, he wants to get out of paying alimony to his wife, or at least this is what the allegations are saying. And so even after he made almost $1 million from a single case, just to kind of remind you, what we're seeing here is that it looks like Wade filed his divorce with his wife of roughly 26 years. It looks like he filed for divorce about a day after his contract with Willis having started. So it was rather odd on the timing of that one. You see what I'm saying? Like, a little suspect. I'm just saying. And since we're already talking about money here, right? You also have to remember that there's a subpoena from the House Judiciary Committee issued against Fani Willis because of a report from a whistleblower. These whistleblowers are coming out the woodwork, and every time I feel like if I was Fani Willis, every time I see a new whistleblower, I'd be like, God dang it, another whistleblower. What are you gonna say now, right? So the subpoena says that her office unlawfully planned to use part of a $488,000 federal grant to buy swag, computers, and travel. We all know, Fani Willis is very familiar with the travel part. Now, this money was slated for the Center of Youth Empowerment and Gang Prevention. Now, to date, I don't believe that the center has even been started yet. Now, critics of Fani Willis, they're saying that, much like her election interference case, this center is probably going nowhere. Now, Willis, on the other hand, as you may already know, she's going to parties and she's turning up in Miami. I forget, one of the very active journalists the other night asked Fani Willis if she was going to have some Grey Goose during that evening. But anyway, some analysts believe that she's intentionally trying to avoid going against Christian Y. Smith, even with the election for the primaries happening in May. In fact, there's only 30 days in April, right? Because I think May 1st is tomorrow. Hold on. Yeah, May 1st is tomorrow. So, yeah. Now, you got to wonder, is she that confident? Is Fani Willis that confident that she could win the primary again, even without participating in a debate against Christian Y. Smith? I don't know. Now, Willis might not be out of the woods just yet, though. In a press release, Fulton County DA candidate Christian Y. Smith said that there's no reason that they can't reschedule their debate. So I don't know if this is like Donald Trump and Joe Biden, where Joe Biden's basically running from Donald Trump, trying to avoid a debate because Biden knows he's going to get creamed, or does Fani Willis actually have a legitimate reason for not attending the debate? I'm gonna leave that judgment to you guys. Now, he added that his team is willing and able to work with the DA's office so that they can get together and do what they need to do. Sounds like Christian Y. Smith is ready to step up to the plate. What do y'all think? Do you think, if you think that Christian Y. Smith would make a better DA than Fani Willis, just type Smith in the comments down below. Now, he definitely wants a chance to show the people of Fulton County that he's able to go toe to toe against the current DA. Now, she also can't forget about Courtney Kramer. So Courtney Kramer is a Republican lawyer who worked both in the Trump White House and with Donald Trump's campaign, who's going to be the Republican challenger for the DA position. But this is not all, guys. Georgia Representative Misha Maynor recently announced a lawsuit against Fani Willis. Now, besides the lawsuit, Maynor is also expected to discuss the oversight of Georgia prosecutors. And this is in line with what the debate pretty much centered around, where Willis failed to show up. And so Maynor wants to talk about the situation with Fulton County jail inmates who are currently awaiting prosecution after being denied a bond beyond the 90-day threshold. Now, this is crazy. You got innocent folks. Some of these folks are innocent, sitting in jail 90 days. I mean, this is crazy. Like, beyond pissed. And think about the families that are waiting for their loved ones to come home. Think about how many people may actually get killed in jail while waiting, while being innocent. This is egregious, guys. Maynor is also not happy with Willis because she alleges that Fulton County officials mishandled a case of stalking by a former associate of hers that left her distressed. Now, this was a former campaign associate of Maynor who was fired, but since Fani Willis refused to properly investigate the case over several years, he was able to continue to stalk her. And we're also still waiting on the decision regarding Donald Trump's appeal of the March ruling from Judge Scott McAfee regarding DA Fani Willis being allowed to remain on the Georgia election interference case. So, of course, Judge Scott McAfee, he talked about the possibility of a conflict of interest. The judge gave Fani Willis the choice of choosing between herself or Nathan Wade having to step down from Donald Trump's case. Now, Donald Trump's legal team, we're talking Steve Sadow and, Ashley Merchant and company, still have not been resolved. That they're arguing that the problem with Donald Trump's Georgia election interference case, it still has not been resolved, and that the higher court of Georgia needs to remove the district attorney from Donald Trump's case. Now, what do you guys think about this? Should Fani Willis at this point be removed from Donald Trump's case? I know a lot of folks are saying there's no way that DA Fani Willis can remain on this case for Donald Trump, and Trump, as well as the remaining 14 co-defendants, actually get a fair trial. But I want y'all to let me know what you think about that. Do you think Fani Willis should remain on this trial? Now, if you think Fani Willis should get removed or disqualified, just type in removed or disqualified. All right, who we got in here? We got 579 folks watching the show right now. If we can get each of y'all to hit the like button, that would be amazing. It only takes a second and it means the world to me. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. Where are the comments? Oh, here they are. Here they are. Eternal Justice George, thank you so much for the huge $5 super chat. I appreciate you. God bless you. Eternal Justice George says the jail is a mess. I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine that being a mess. Guadalupe Rubino says that's ridiculous. These are the little guys with no money and no way to defend themselves, so they pick on the little guys. And that's really unfortunate how it is in America. You know, in America, you know, you have rights, but your rights are, they're only fully accessible to you if you have enough money, right? So if your net worth is low, or you don't have, you know, some type of real estate that you can go to a insurance company or bonding company to kind of bond out of jail on, you may end up having to sit in jail. If you're, you know, if you don't have an emergency fund in your checking account, you know, big enough to cover the bail, you may have to sit in jail for an extended period of time. And this is really unfortunate. And this is why a lot of folks are saying, you know, thankfully it was Donald Trump who has the financial wherewithal. He's got a rather sizable net worth and can battle against these multiple charges against him in some of the most corrupt judicial systems across the nation that we've ever seen in the history of the United States. Let's see. Michael Hayes says Fani will be put in jail. Helen Odell says two-tiered justice system. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Katalia, for helping me out in the comments. I really do appreciate you. Let's see. Stephen Rubino says disqualify Fani. Tina Hall says disqualify. Julie Luther says do both, removed and disqualified. Jesus. They say make sure it gets done properly. Do both. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm already working on the next video. I totally appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Y'all take